Hi, I'm Andrew Kratz from Social Edge Consulting, and today we're here in Nashville, Tennessee at the state capitol where we're going to look to answer another common question from our clients that are interested in community software. Let's dive right in. So today's question is, how do I successfully set up and launch an enterprise community platform? So community platforms at the enterprise level are not do-it-yourself projects. You'll either look to work with the professional service arm from the software manufacturer or partner with a consultancy such as us at Social Edge Consulting, who've worked with over 600 customers implementing their community platform. So for this video, we're going to break down the implementation project into 5 parts. The first is the strategy workshop. Next is the design for both user experience and user interface. Then we'll get into the platform configuration, as well as the community management training, and then finally the overarching project management to ensure that you have a successful launch that's on time and on budget. The first section is the strategy workshop. Now, we worked with many industries, so we'll have familiarity most likely with your company. However, we are not experts in your business. That's your role. And for our part, we're experts in community. So the strategy workshop is really looking to bring those two pieces together so that we can take your strategy and your vision, implement it within the community so that you have a successful launch. So pre-pandemic, the strategy workshop was a 2-day on-site event. But since the pandemic, we've turned that into a set of remote sessions that take about a week or two, and we really like that. We feel like that there's time between each session to reflect on what was talked about and really get the most out of this kickoff of the project. But the types of things that we'll do inside the strategy workshop is we'll touch on all aspects of the project. We're going to interview all of your key stakeholders in small groups or one-on-one at times. We're going to talk about your information architecture and how you want your site to be laid out. We're going to touch on some of the main use cases that you're looking to implement and really cover all aspects of the design and the type of implementation that you're looking for so that we can then work with you further in these later sections to configure the platform and train you up on what you need to be successful. So the next section is the design, and we're going to talk about both the user experience and the user interface. So first off, we're going to certainly take your branding guidelines and really make the community feel like your company and feel like your culture. We're going to work on the layout of the homepage, which is so critical, as well as start to talk about 2 to 3 use cases that we like to do hands-on training so that we can set these up with you and you're learning, but we're also taking on maybe more of the complex use cases so that you don't get frustrated as you're first learning the platform. Additionally, we'll ensure that the mobile experience meets your branding guidelines. So both from a responsive design on the mobile browser and if applicable, the mobile app is something we'll also look at and just make sure everything aligns regardless if your users are working at the desktop or on mobile. So up next is platform configuration. Every enterprise community platform has a robust administrative console with lots of dials and switches where you can configure the platform to meet your needs. So now that we've started to talk about your business requirements, your main use cases, we can start to configure this in a way that will match those needs. And of course, you'll be right there with us side by side so that you learn as well what we're doing, what we're touching for further adjustments down the road. Some specific areas that we'll cover is around permissioning. Most platforms have a very robust and granular level of permissioning that really needs some expertise, so we'll show you how to set that up and make sure it meets your day one requirements. Additionally, from an authentication and authorization standpoint, we'll get that all set up. You may be using Active Directory on the internal side with your employees, or if it's community for your customers, maybe it's working with Okta for single sign-on. Whatever your single sign-on platform is, we'll look to partner with you and, again, get that set up with your technology. Additionally, we'll look at the profile, make sure that all the data maps your single source of truth from your either internal system or some other system that has your users, and we'll make sure the layout matches your needs and that the profile is ready to go. So the next section is community management training or platform training. So up to this point, everything that you've learned has been hands-on, very practical, things that you need. You're doing it side by side with our experts to make sure it's configured the right way. But in this section, we're going to do more classroom or formal training so that you understand the full breadth of what the administrative console and what your platform can do. So we typically do 3 1-hour sets of training that you can reuse. They're recorded. We often see our clients take either in whole or portions of the training, the video, and they'll put it in like a getting started area of the community so that users can benefit from some of the learning that we're working on with you at the start of the project. In addition to showing you all the clicks and all the technical parts of the administrative console, we also want to train you on the why and train you on the business side of this. What are some of the leading companies doing and why are they doing it this way? So we'll also review all the best practices in these sessions so that you have that clarity as well. The final section is project management. And we're going to look to run this project as you would expect, very professionally. We'll have project plans, status updates, issue resolution. So everything that you'd see in a modern IT project, you should expect from us when we're working with you on your community launch. As far as timing of the project, you can expect between 8 to 16 weeks, 8 weeks for a smaller company, 16 weeks of duration for a larger enterprise. And we've made some previous videos that go into the duration and the costs of not only the project but also the software. So check some of those videos out if you want to learn more about some of those aspects. I hope you found this video helpful to answer the question, how do I successfully implement and launch an enterprise community platform? If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to us at Social Edge Consulting. We would love to partner with you. Thanks for your time and see you soon.